On our previous visit to Newtown St. Charles last fall, the amphitheater site was just dormant grass. But in late June, the venue came alive for Newtown's grand opening.
I was so looking forward to today because I could actually see it functioning in a crush of people. And so at 901, Newtown Avenue was just chock-a-block full of cars driving down the street, flowing into the parking lots.
Unit. It's attached to the garage. But it's like a two-story unit.
The grand opening drew thousands of people who came to check out several model homes and townhouses and to see for themselves what all the talk of new urbanism is about.
We've watched this go up for about the last year and a half, and just driving by and thought, well, we'll just give it a shot and see what they have to offer here and see what it's all about.
So far, what do you think?
I like it. I like the concept.
In the new urbanism concept, residents live in a series of neighborhoods inside the overall development. A short walk from their front doors takes them to shops, restaurants, a post office, and civic green space just for starters. The master plan for Newtown was devised for Whitaker Homes by Duany Platter Zyberk and Company, also known as DPZ. The award-winning design firm is behind hundreds of new urbanism projects around the world, but is probably best known for one of its earliest communities, Seaside, Florida.
The big difference between Seaside and Newtown is that Seaside is really designed as a resort. So it's a lot of second home buyers. Newtown is a sort of primary residence, first-hand people who live here. It's much larger. Seaside was 80 acres. This is 720, I think, acres. So it's tenfold the size. And we've learned from Seaside. We feel this one's much more evolved.
Based on the number of homes that have sold so far and the turnout for the grand opening, it's pretty clear there's a lot of interest in Newtown St. Charles. But exactly who are these people who are looking into and buying into this development? Some are like Ariel Jenkins, who's moving his family here from O'Fallon, Missouri.
We were drawn to this area, the community aspect, and also being closer, not quite as far out in O'Fallon, because it could be a treacherous commute from O'Fallon to St. Louis County and other areas of St. Louis. So that's what kind of drew us here.
Joan McGeehon, on the right, is renting in Newtown while waiting for her cottage to be built. It'll be in a cluster of housing created exclusively for people 55 and older.
My daughter is moving in.
So this is going to be a multi-generational plan.
It will. She'll be moving in probably in August. And my son, 2 grandchildren that are here with me today, live on the hill above Newtown, so we'll all be close.
So this is your place?
Yes, welcome to my house.
And let's not forget Newtown architect Tim Busse.
This house has been designed to have the kitchen in the back.
Last fall, Busse was showing us the skeleton of his new home.
It's 524 square feet on the first floor and the same upstairs, so it's very small.
And now?
Come on to my house, I'm gonna give you candy.
At the end of May, Busse moved in. Boy, this looks different.
It sure does. We're in the process of painting the interior, but the living room is done. The entertainment center will be here, and we're in our living room. We have a small dining room, and of course the kitchen. So, and the custom draperies are just the finishing touch. We hung these last night. We just finished hanging them about 8:30 last night.
You know, it's interesting. This space actually seems bigger.
A lot of people have been in my house that live in the neighboring houses, and they say, well, this is a bigger model. And I said, no, it's just arranged differently, and we've got the opens to the garden and to the street. And this is set up specifically for a couple. You know, it's an older, kind of a empty nester type of product.
Come on to my house, come on. Come on to my house, come on.
This is the loft area. Every home at Newtown is envisioned to have a home office. This is my home office, and I'm envisioning it with bookshelves that will go up into the loft, a nice cozy place to sit, and a computer desk in the corner here. So it's all thought out, but it's all right here. And also I'm hoping to have the couch be fold out for guests as well. So it's like a 1.5 bedroom, 1.5 bath home.
Because new urbanism means having everything within walking distance, businesses are starting to set up shop for their new customers.
This is a new enterprise.
The owner of Claudia's Cakes expects her store to be ready next March. At the grand opening, she gave away samples. Based on the reception that you've gotten here at the grand opening, do you think you made the right decision?
I know I made the right decision. Newtown is so exciting, and I am such a proud person to be a part of this new opportunity that we have here.
And entertainment at Newtown will, of course, revolve around the amphitheater. Its first theatrical presentation took place at the grand opening, a local production of Romeo and Juliet set at a circus.
What noise is this?
As you might expect, Newtown's developers are thrilled that Phase 1 is pretty much sold out. But there's been a lot of talk in the nation's economic community lately about real estate bubbles. Couple that with the fact that Newtown is so big it will take more than a decade to complete, are planners worried about the bubble possibly bursting and the local housing market turning stagnant.
That's why phasing is so critical in how you go about planning this. They're phasing it in such a way that it makes sense in how the neighborhoods are allocated, and we're going to concentrate on building one neighborhood. And so if one has to sort of wait for a while, well, that'll be fine. But what's critical is that you do have this at least a minimum amount of mixed use and certain public amenities and so on. I happen to think, maybe I'm biased, that there's more flexibility built into new urbanist communities if the bubble were to burst than in more conventional subdivisions where there's really sort of one or two price points if you're very lucky.
Buildings to be completed in the not-too-distant future include the town hall and a general store.
It's a lovely dog.
And Tim Busse isn't just getting a new home and new neighbors. His employer, Whitaker Homes, is building its new headquarters here.
And so I'll be walking to work hopefully before next summer.
A prospect he can ponder from the comfort of his front porch.